Welcome back to another Spirit Island video. In this video, I'm going to be continuing my series on spectacular synergies. This time focusing on a combo that most players come across when they begin playing the game, and that is Lightning plus River. Now stick to the end of this video because I'm going to make a modification to the strategy that I think a lot of people are going to miss when they first begin using this combo. With that being said, let's start. We're going to look at River here. And on the right, I have the turn number as well as the cards that are played on those turns. Looking at turn 1, we're going to choose this G2 option, going presence from bottom track, playing Wash Away as well as River's Bounty. On turn 2, I'm also going to G2 bottom. I'm going to uncover that reclaim 1 spot, allowing me to reclaim River's Bounty, which allows me to play these 3 cards, and that will hit my second threshold of my innate. On turn 3, I'm going to reclaim, and a lot of times I'll be playing Boon of Vigor here, or Wash Away, and then you'll also have a minor. Sometimes you can play the minor this turn, sometimes you're going to want to wait and play it on your turn 4. On your turn 4, you're going to G2 bottom, reclaiming your card you play on turn 3, playing all 4 cards, and that will hit your max level of your innate. And then on turn 5, all the way to the rest of the game, we're going to choose our Reclaim 1 option. Or not Reclaim 1, our Reclaim option here, that G1. And that is going to let us play our 4 uniques, plus any minors. And ideally, we're looking for a 0-cost minor, a 0-cost support, a defend, something along those lines. This is the River build that I use into pretty much every adversary, and it is extremely successful. Now, how does Lightning play a role? What can Lightning add to this combo? Well, Lightning adds Lightning Spoon, and Lightning Spoon allows target spirit to make 2 slow powers fast. Well, our innate is slow, and same with Wash Away. So we have 2 slow powers that are great in the slow, but also having the opportunity to be made fast can really increase its potential. So Lightning combos with River by giving River Lightning Spoon. Now, how does River combo with Lightning? Well, Lightning has the most amount of card plays on its spirit board, and that is 6. There isn't a single spirit in the game that has 6 pure card plays. Of course, someone's going to say, wait a minute, what about this spirit? What about Earthquaker? What about Fractured? Those spirits don't count because they don't have 6 pure card plays built onto their tracks. Now, Lightning is able to access 6 plays really early on. And River has a card that gives another spirit energy equal to their card plays that or cards that they're playing, and that is Boon of Vigor. So this allows Lightning to not have to worry about the energy economics while playing. They just need to play a bunch of cards, and as long as River is playing Boon of Vigor every turn, which we are because we're entering a reclaim loop, it means Lightning is going to be flush with energy so that they can play majors as well as play any minors that they pick up. Now, let's look at the Lightning build here. A lot of times, players will G2 top, and they'll play no cards on turn 1. On turn 2, they'll G2 bottom, and then they'll play Shatter, Harbingers, and Lightning Spoon. And the reason why we do this is because you'll have just enough energy to play these 3 cards, which will enable your first tier of your innate. If you play a card turn 1, you'll realize that your second turn you won't be able to hit that innate. So just delaying it a single turn enables the innate. Now, some players, they'll choose to G3 and grabbing that energy on turn 2 instead, and then they'll end up playing Raging Storm, and then they'll play like Harbingers turn 1. I don't like this because I think entering the reclaim loop is better, and I'll show what I mean by that. Now, if we enter the reclaim loop, let's say turn 2 we G2, now turn 3 we will G1. We're going to have 4 card plays, 2 energy, plus an energy on reclaim, which allows us to play Shatter, Harbingers, and Lightning Spoon, and this enables us to, well, we'll have 1 extra card play to play a 0-cost card. So we're going to be hitting this innate, plus playing a card, and ideally we're going to keep reclaim looping this over and over and over again until we can take an off turn to G2 going bottom, accessing that 6 plays, and usually this occurs around turn 4 to 6, depending on when you find yourself available to do that. Now, because we have Boon of Vigor giving us 4 energy every turn, You can also begin to flex majors and maybe forget your Raging Storm for a major instead. So I've explained the combo with River and Lightning. Now, how do aspects play a role in this combo? Now, River has three aspects: Travel, Sunshine, and Haven. Haven is in the NI expansion, while Sunshine and Travel are both found in the Jagged Earth expansion. So Sunshine, this is just a very bad aspect, so we're going to get rid of that. Haven doesn't play a role for this combo. I'll explain that in a different video. So we're going to get rid of that. Now, Travel is just a strict upgrade over Base River. So if we're trying to increase the power level of this spirit, we're going to be playing Travel. Now, Travel is going to get rid of our special rule, River's Domain, and it's going to give us a new rule, which is Travel on the River's Back, which allows you to move Dahan among your lands every turn to Dahan. And then it says in lands with 4 or more Dahan, those count as sacred sites, and they get defend 1. So how does this upgrade over Base River? It gives you free Dahan movement. Mobile Dahan allows you to easily set up counterattacks, especially if you draft a nice defense, and that's what I was pointing out earlier. In addition, once you have 4 Dahan, it becomes a sacred site, which means it allows you to set up a sacred site for your massive flooding. Now, what happens if you lose Dahan because of those bad events? Well, we have River's Bounty, which lets you gather Dahan and then creates more Dahan. So Travel actually makes it easier to reclaim loop because you can always create that sacred site with River's Bounty if you have proper Dahan setup. And lastly, it gives you that nice defend 1, which can enable some counterattacks. So Travel is a strict upgrade over Base River, and if I were doing this combo, I would be playing Travel. Now looking at Lightning, Lightning has 4 aspects. We have Immense, Pandemonium, Wind, and finally Sparking. So I've never done the Sparking plus River combo. I'm pretty sure it's probably just as good as the other ones, but I'm going to delete that for the purposes of this video. Immense would not be able to do the combo I'm referring to. That leaves us with both Pandemonium and Wind. Pandemonium, I believe, is just a strict upgrade over Base Lightning, and that's because you're going to sacrifice your ability to kill towns. Instead, you're going to get a ton of extra fear as well as strife. And as I mentioned with River, River has a ton of Dahan movement with your special rule, as well as creating more Dahan and Dahan movement with River's Bounty. So you can get those favorable counterattacks with the Pandemonium innate. Now, I don't think that Pandemonium is the best. I actually think Wind is the best for this particular combo. Now, Wind is going to replace your special rule here, Swiftness of Lightning. And Wind is going to, the second innate here is called the Exaltation of the Stormwind. And it gives you another innate, and it says you and target spirit may make one of your non-major powers fast. You have 3 air, both of you get +1 range. You have 4 air and 1 water, you each get 2 explorer pushes. And if you have 5 air, 2 water, you get to repeat the power. This is so important because now you can use this innate to support River because it says a non-major slow power. Well, that is massive flooding. So now Lightning doesn't even need to play Lightning's Boon. This is a card that Lightning doesn't want to play. It would rather play other on-element cards. Well, now I can just toss it, unless I really need it. But it gives you the opportunity to throw it away. In addition, if you have that 3 air, it gives you +1 range. And since both River as well as Lightning are going to enter these crazy reclaim loops, having that extra range is going to be critical to hitting proper lands. And finally, it also gives you explorer pushes. So now that can enable, that allows both spirits to stop builds. If you're playing against Russia, or if you're stopping against, or if you're playing against France, you can push those explorers out and stop those builds that build Ravage cycle. So if I were doing this combo, I would be doing it with Travel River and Wind Lightning. Okay, so we're at the point that I mentioned at the very beginning of the video that I'm going to make a modification to the strategy. And I bet you probably haven't seen this before. Now, River is going to the exact same opening with River. Now, Lightning is going to make a slight modification. What if instead, on turn 1, we G2 bottom instead? And a lot of players they're going to be surprised, right? Because usually you want to get that 2 energy because you're going to want that steady energy income. But it doesn't matter for the combo, right? Because we have Boon of Vigor, we have 6 energy here. All that matters is getting to 6 card plays. So turn 1, we G2 bottom bottom, and we'll have 1 energy. Do this. I'll get rid of all of these cards here just to make it look a little bit nicer for us. That and that. So now on turn 2, instead of G2ing, trying to get to that 2-4, we're actually going to go to 5-6. And we're only going to have 2 energy here. And we're going to be playing Shatter Homestead as well as Harbingers of Lightning. So what is this sacrifice? We're going to be gaining a lot less energy every turn, especially in those early turns. But it's going to allow us to have 6 plays for the entire game. And it allows us to never need to have to take that off turn in that mid game. And it's pretty interesting because Lightning plus River, this can go into 6-6 combos, and this is the build that you do with Lightning. You don't actually go to the 2 energy because you can't. That 2 energy, it's not. It actually sets the spirit far behind when you're at very high difficulties because you really need that extra. You need to be able to get to 6 plays, and you can't afford to take that off turn right when the invaders are at their full power. So this build is slightly different because now on turn 2, I'm not going to be hitting this innate, and I won't be able to play Lightning's Boon. Well, at least I'll still have Wind, so I can give Wind out to River, and River can still make its innate fast on this turn on turn 2. And River is going to give Lightning that Boon of Vigor. So Lightning will get 2 energy. Lightning will now reclaim, just for the sake of this. So now I've reclaimed. I'm going to get my Miner here. And, oh, there it is. So there's that nice 0 fire air, which is what we're looking for. I also like dry wood. We could also play Rouse if we need more damage. Really, any of these 3 cards really works. I would just grab, probably, I'm at 4 energy. I'd probably grab Rouse, just because I want more damage. And now on turn 3, I'll be playing these 4 cards. It's going to cost me 4 energy. That's okay. And I'll have the 4 fire, so I'll be able to hit this innate. I'll have 3 air. I'll have Lightning's Boon. I'll have tier 2 of my Wind innate. And turn 3, this is why I'm having River playing Boon of Vigor here. Because Lightning is doing the sacrifice here of not having the energy. They really need Boon of Vigor to come out every turn. So now Lightning ticks up to 4 energy. 1, 2, 3, 4. Does all of its magic. And next turn, Lightning reclaims again. And let's do it. And here, oh, there's Flesh Rot, which is that tri-element, and that's what we're looking for. We're looking for a nice water so that we can upgrade both of our innates here. I would definitely just grab Flesh Rot, and we're just going to run it back again. Now we're on, I believe this is turn 4, and we've now hit the tier 3 of this. We've hit the tier 3 of this, and we are just, and then now River is at this point where now River is hitting at the massive flooding this turn, and River is going to give Lightning that extra Boon of Vigor, and as you guys can see, this is just pretty devastating. You just keep reclaim looping, and you will destroy the adversary. If you want more info on River, I do have a River guide. I do want to update it at some point when I get enough time, but there's a lot of other things happening in my life, as well as a lot of Spirit Island priorities that I have. So this is kind of at the bottom of my list, but it's still a very good guide if you're trying to learn Travel River. If you like this video, like, subscribe for more content. I will see you guys in the next video.